A sunroom is a beautiful and practical addition to your home. They are really the best way to open up your home to natural light, extra living space, and a closer connection to the outdoors without exposure to the elements. If you're thinking about adding a sunroom to your home, you no doubt have a lot of questions. To give your research a jump start, here are the 7 most important things to think about when buying a sunroom for your home. Hi, I'm Jay Ream. I've been with Joy Sunrooms for 18 years, and I've helped hundreds of families design sunrooms that not only look beautiful, but feel right, function well, and last a lifetime. Thanks to decades and decades of innovation, modern sunrooms build fairly quickly, saving time and money versus other home additions. They are also extremely low maintenance and last a lifetime. Before you commit to the investment, it's important to think through the key considerations. With all of the information out there, it's hard to know where to start. To help with your journey, we've put together a list of the top 7 things that you should know as you decide how to proceed with your sunroom addition. Types of sunrooms, budget and cost, foundation and structural requirements, building materials and glass packages, insulation, heating and cooling, choosing the right contractor, and your return on investment. Depending on the specifics of your wants and needs for your sunroom, the research portion of your journey may be long or short, and it's possible that you have a fairly exact idea of the sunroom you want, where it will go on your house, and how you will use it. But on the other hand, you may not have any real idea of where to start. Either way, we hope to help inform you of the possibilities and possible roadblocks you may run into. Whether you choose Joyce or another sunroom company, you will have a much more thorough understanding of sunroom additions, and you will be better equipped to pick the right sunroom for your lifestyle, budget, and home. Sunrooms come in different styles, each with different materials, windows, and features. In many cases, homeowners have a porch or patio that they will convert and will only need to bring in new walls and/or windows and doors. But in other cases, homeowners may need to start from scratch. Regardless of how much of the structure you will need to build, sunrooms can really be broken down into 3 categories based mostly on the level of energy efficiency that is desired or needed for the space. A screen room is the simplest type of sunroom. It's made with screens only instead of windows, so you get fresh air without the bugs. Because of the simplicity, it's not weatherproof or climate controlled, so it's really only comfortable in warmer weather. This is perfect for certain climates and also in situations where the space will only be used in the warmer months. This option is the most economical as it doesn't include any glass. A 3-season sunroom is a room with glass windows that's designed for use in spring, summer, and fall. It's separated from the house, usually by a sliding door, entry door, or French door. Because of the separation from the home, the temperature will not always be controlled by your HVAC and will need to be addressed in other ways. The advantage to this is you can open it up to the house and use it as needed and then close it back off when no longer needed. Because you can customize your sunroom, you can really choose how energy efficient it will be. The key difference between a year-round sunroom and a 3-season sunroom is its usability in the colder months. If you plan to use it during the winter, you can easily choose a better level of insulation or glass packages, which will help retain heat in the winter and make it comfortable year-round. A 4-season sunroom is designed for year-round use and has key upgrades over a 3-season room. Because it's attached to the house and will be used in the colder months, it will generally have a higher level of insulation and more energy-efficient windows. You can then use a separate heating unit to sustain a comfortable temperature when the room's in use, but still have the ability to close the door, separating the room from the rest of the home when not using it. Depending on your own needs and vision, any one of these might be the best option for your home. We did a video previously covering this in a little bit more detail along with pricing, and that link is below if you want to learn more about it. Sunrooms can range from modest to luxurious, and the cost can fluctuate accordingly. Sunrooms can range from around $25,000 to over $90,000, depending on the type, size, materials, and features. Here's what impacts the costs the most: the structure type, the foundation, the glass and insulation, the heating and cooling, and the electrical and finishing items. Because there is such a wide variety of options and sizes to choose from, prices really vary significantly. As a basic guideline, you can expect to pay between $25,000 to $40,000 for a screen room, while 3-season sunrooms with glass can range from $35,000 to $75,000, and a year-round sunroom can range from $40,000 to $90,000. The best way to get a more accurate estimate is to have a professional conduct an in-home consultation so they can properly measure and assess the project. So the third topic is your foundation, because every sunroom needs a stable, code-compliant base. You'll either build on a concrete slab or on a deck. If you already have one, great. We may be able to use it with some modifications. But if not, we'll build it the right way with structural support and potentially insulation. Many sunrooms are built on a footed concrete slab, which are generally sturdy and helpful with the integrity of the room. If your future sunroom is going to be flush with the ground, this is often the best option. If you need to add a footed concrete slab, it's usually a fairly straightforward process and will add an additional day or two to the install, allowing the foundation time to dry and set before the actual sunroom construction begins. If there's already a concrete slab that you're interested in building on, this can save a bit of time and money. However, many times the slabs are installed without the intention of building a structure on top, and thus no footers. So the concrete often may need to be modified to have these perimeter footers added in order to pass the permit requirements for the new structure before the project can begin. If your home already has a deck with a door leading out to it, this may be a great option for your sunroom. As with the concrete slab, the deck may need to be modified to pass permit requirements for the new structure. These would include modifications for weight load, as well as possible insulation. Alternatively, you can have a deck built to support the sunroom. This will generally be used for applications where at least a foot above grade and the structure will be covered with a subflooring like other rooms of the house. This type of deck goes in fairly quickly and can even add insulation to the room for 4-season usability. At Joyce, we have a product called InsulDeck, a type of insulated decking made with solid foam core that resists wood-boring insects. It's sandwiched between plywood for structural strength and can have a protective Z3 film or aluminum skin on the bottom as a vapor barrier and for added durability. The new deck will also need the proper concrete piers and headers to hold the weight of the deck and people, as well as the weight of the room itself. The next big thing to consider is what type of building materials and glass packages you will use for your room. The materials used to build your sunroom's frame affect the room's cost and durability. There are a few choices on the market to fit your budget. A vinyl sunroom is the preferred choice in the United States. A vinyl encapsulated aluminum sunroom structure features walls clad in vinyl and reinforced with aluminum for superior strength as well as energy efficiency. Vinyl is popular because it's low maintenance and resistant to weather damage. It provides good insulation, which helps keep heating and cooling costs down. An aluminum-only structure. Aluminum is lightweight and strong, but it doesn't insulate as well as vinyl or wood, and it can corrode over time. While most sunrooms today are built using other materials, this used to be the top choice for sunrooms. It's still used today, but is becoming less common because of poor insulation and corrosion. Lastly, wood. Wood gives a natural, classic look that may fit into a home's current look or aesthetic. Wood generally requires more maintenance because it's vulnerable to moisture and pests. High-quality treated wood can increase the cost, but can also potentially last longer. The type of glass and windows you choose plays a huge role in how comfortable your sunroom will be and how much it will cost. After all, a sunroom is mainly made of glass. We start with single pane glass, which is the least expensive option because it has less glass than other styles and doesn't have spacers or is not filled with argon gas. But because of this, it doesn't insulate well. It easily allows heat to escape in the winter and lets in too much heat in the summer, making it challenging to regulate the room's temperature. Because of its energy inefficiency, single pane glass is only really a choice for a 3-season room. Double pane glass has 2 layers of glass with a gas between them, which improves insulation and helps regulate the temperature. Sunrooms typically use double pane glass filled with insulating gases like argon, which helps improve thermal efficiency, reduce energy costs, and prevents issues like condensation and drafts, keeping your sunroom comfortable all year round. Another common solution used in window technology is low E glass. Low E, which is short for low emissivity glass, is a thin coating which provides an invisible layer on the sunroom windows that helps control the temperature. In the summer, low E coating reflects the sun's heat away from the sunroom, keeping it cooler. And in the winter, it helps with the argon gas to trap the heat inside, making the room warmer. It also blocks harmful UV rays that can fade furniture and flooring. Although most glass companies today use tempered glass, it's important to make sure your new windows also includes this. Tempered glass is stronger and safer than regular glass. If damaged, it's designed to break into small, harmless little crumble-like pieces rather than sharp shards, making it a safer option for larger windows. The materials you choose matter. This affects both performance and maintenance. The most efficient variation of these materials is a vinyl-clad aluminum structure with double pane, argon-filled, low-E glass-coated glass. Moving on to insulation, heating, and cooling. The fifth consideration is all about comfort, which comes down to insulation and temperature control. We start with floor insulation. An insulated floor keeps cold air from rising from the ground, making the room more comfortable. Wall and roof insulation also helps keep the room cool in the summer and warm in the winter. High-quality foam or fiberglass insulation is most often used for walls and roofs. As for heating and cooling, if you're adding a year-round sunroom to your home, it will be imperative to take the chill out of the air in the winter. Thus, some type of heating is typically preferred. If adding a 3-season room, you have less need of a separate heating unit. A benefit of a sunroom is that you can choose to heat and cool your room upon use, which provides overall cost savings. Heating and cooling options add to the overall cost, but do keep the room more comfortable. Our sixth item on this list could very well be the first step in the process for you, which is to consult with a reputable contractor. Having someone come out to provide an in-home consultation is critical to providing an understanding of the process, the cost dynamics, and the options available. A sunroom is a complex home addition, and choosing the right contractor makes all the difference in the world. It's important to do a little research and make sure that you find the right company to partner with you in your project. You'll want to look for proper licenses and insurance, experience with sunroom installations, references and reviews, comprehensive estimates, and transparent timelines. The main purpose of a sunroom is to add an area to relax, enjoy the outdoor views, and make your own personal space. At Joyce, we design, manufacture, and install our sunrooms ourselves. That means no middlemen, with better quality control and one point of contact from start to finish. And lastly, let's think long-term, return on investment. A well-built sunroom adds living space, light, and value to your home. Especially if it's a 4-season sunroom, it can boost your home's usable square footage, something that buyers love. But beyond resale, think about the value of your daily life. Having a room where you can relax, entertain, read, or just enjoy a sunset without the bugs, rain, or wind. As a pro tip for the best return on investment, a 4-season sunroom can command the same type of resellability as a true room addition. So in closing, by carefully considering these key factors, you'll be better prepared to choose the right type of sunroom, avoid hidden costs, and enjoy a beautiful sun-filled space for years to come. Are you ready to take the next step? Please click below to schedule your free consultation. We'll walk you through everything with no pressure and just straight answers. For more information on these topics covered, as well as others, please like and subscribe.